Everyone, welcome back to episode 13. Taehyung had always known the secret turned forever, and when his father Hande found out that how Jungkook had forced him into marriage using the pressure and manipulate his words seemed to burst. The moment Hande arrived at their house, his face was grim, his sharp eyes filled with quiet rage as he stood in front of Jungkook. Is it true? Hande's voice was low and but firm. Did you force my son into this marriage? Thanks. Heart pounded. He knew this confrontation was coming, but now that it was here, he wasn't sure how to handle it. Jungkook stood still, shoulders tensed, his usual confident absent. He has prepared for this moment, but nothing could prepare him for the disappointment in Hande's eyes. Yes, Jungkook admitted, voice heavy with guilt. I blackmailed him. I was selfish and cruel. Hande's face sighed. His disappointment turned into anger. He sharply trying to contain himself. I trusted you. I thought my son happy with you, but now I see that is what was all a lie. Appa Taehyung stepped forward, but his Appa raised a hand, stopping him. Tell me, Taehyung. And they turned to his son, his expression softer but still filled with concern. Are you still suffering? If you are, then leave him. I will take you away from here right now. Jungkook's heart dropped. He knew he deserved this. He had once been the villain in Taehyung's life, and now the person who loved Taehyung the most was offering him a way out. Would Taehyung take it? Taehyung looked between his father and Jungkook. His thinking a few months ago, he might have accepted his father's offer, but hesitated. Back then, he had felt trapped, suffocated, and helpless, but now things were different. He turned to look at Jungkook, who was staring at the floor, his face clenched, as if preparing himself for the inevitable loss. Appa, Taehyung said softly, stepping closer to his father. I wouldn't leave him. Hande's eyes widened slightly. Listen to me. Taehyung pleaded. Yes, Jungkook forced me into this marriage. Yes, he was selfish and cruel, but that's not who he is anymore. He changed. Pain, but all he saw was sincerity. I was angry at him too, Appa. Taehyung continued. I wanted to run away, but then I saw the real him, the man just to make sure I eat, the man who holds me when I have nightmares, and the man who would do anything to make me happy. Now he turned, look at Jungkook, his eyes softening. I love him, Appa, and he loves me. Jungkook's head snapped up at those words. He had heard Taehyung say them before, but hearing them now in front of Hande in a moment where Taehyung could have chosen to leave, it meant everything. Hande for a long time. His gaze flickered to Jungkook, who looked at him with nothing but remorse. You love my son? Hande asked Jungkook. Jungkook nodded without hesitation. More than anything, and I will spend my life proving it to him. Jungkook took a deep breath before stepping forward. I'll own you. I was selfish and I hurt your son. If I could take, I would, but I can't. All I can do is promise you that I will never hurt him again. He turned to Taehyung, and I owe you a biggest applause there. Taehyung said softened. I never deserve you, and I definitely didn't deserve your love after what I did, but you still gave to me. You still stayed. Jungkook's voice wavered slightly. I'm sorry for everything, and I promise I will never let you regret choosing me. Taehyung reached out gently, squeezing Jungkook's hand. I don't regret it. Jungkook turned back to Hande and no, I can't ask for your forgiveness, but Hande sighed. Stop talking, Jungkook. Jungkook froze. Hande studied him for a moment, shaking his head. You are a fool. Jungkook blinked. You are a fool for what you did, Hande clarified, but you an even bigger fool if you think I wouldn't notice how much my son loves you now. Thanks has been Appa Hande said again before rubbing his temple. I don't forgive you completely, Jungkook, but I see the change in you, and if Taehyung is happy, then I wouldn't stand in your way. Jungkook says, and you mean don't make me regret it, Hande warned. Jungkook nodded quickly, evident. I swear for the first time. Hande smiled, though it was good now, because if you hurt my son again, I would personally make sure you regret it. Jungkook understood, sir. Taehyung laughed softly before hugging his father. Thank you, Pa. Hande sighed, hugging him back. You are my son. I just want you to be happy. He turned to Jungkook once more. Take care of him, Jungkook straightened. I will always. After Hande left, Taehyung found Jungkook sitting on the couch, staring at the ceiling in deep thought. Taehyung sat beside him, nudging him gently. What are you thinking about? Jungkook turned to him with a small smile. I can't believe you chose me. Taehyung rolled his eyes before leaning closer, resting his head against Jungkook's shoulder. Idiot. I love you. I would choose you every time. Jungkook yelled, wrapping an arm around Taehyung and pulling him closer. I love you too, Taehyung, more than you will ever know. Taehyung smiled, his heart feeling lighter and than ever. Love had found its way to them in the most unexpected way, and despite the Jungkook knew he had to do something special, though Taehyung had already forgiven him. Jungkook wanted to prove how much. That's why he was going all out. A private rooftop dinner, soft candlelights, a sky full of stars. Everything had to be perfect when Taehyung stepped out. The rooftop of the house has been transformed into something magical. A table for two stood under the open sky, draped in soft white cloths, surrounded by flickering candles and fairy lights. The gentle hum of music played in the background, and a pathway of rose petals led him towards the Jungkook, dressed in a sleek black suit, stood off the path, holding a bouquet of roses. Taehyung blinked, completely speechless. Jungkook smiled softly. Come here, baby. Blushing, Taehyung walked towards him, accepting the roses as Jungkook took his hand, pulling him closer. What is all this? Taehyung whispered. Jungkook scratched his cheek gently and apologized. I promise, thank you, everything. Taehyung bit his lips, trying to suppress his smile. You really didn't have to do all this. He mumbled, looking away shyly. Jungkook glanced tightly. Taehyung's chin up. I had to because you deserve everything beautiful, Taehyung. Taehyung's cheeks turned even redder. Jungkook leaned in, pressing a soft kiss to his forehead. Now come, let's have dinner. As they ate, Jungkook kept stealing glances at Taehyung, loving how the candlelight reflected in the warm brown eyes you are staring, Taehyung pointed out, raising an eyebrow. Jungkook smiled. Can't help it. My husband is the most beautiful man in the world. Taehyung rolled his eyes but couldn't stop his smile. Flirty. Jungkook leaned in slightly, was dropping only with you. Taehyung felt his heart race as they finally finished the meal. Jungkook stood up, offered his hand. Dance with me. Taehyung hesitated. There is no music. Jungkook pulled him away, wrapping an arm around his waist. Then we will make our own. Humming softly, Jungkook swayed them gently under the night sky. Taehyung rested his head against Jungkook's chest, feeling his warmth, his heartbeat, his love. Jungkook, he whispered. Taehyung looked up, his eyes filled with something deep, something unspoken. I really love you. Jungkook inhaled. He cupped Taehyung's face, eyes shining with emotion. Taehyung clung softly. I love you. Jungkook groaned before pulling him into a deep, slow kiss, moved in snare, gentle yet desperate, like they were pouring their emotion into it. Taehyung's finger crawled around Jungkook's, pulling him closer, and Jungkook responded by wrapping his arm tightly around Taehyung's waist. As they broke apart, Jungkook rested his forehead against Taehyung's. You have no idea how long I have waited to hear that, he whispered. Taehyung smiled, brushing his nose against Jungkook's. Well, you better get used to it because I will keep saying it. Time escaped the university. The auditorium was filled with excitement. Students in the black audition graduation gown and caps with scattered everywhere, taking pictures, hugging friends, and celebrating their big day. Among them was Kim Taehyung, who was practically bouncing with excitement. I can't believe it's finally happening, Taehyung beamed, adjusting his cap. Standing beside him, Jimin, Hobi, and Yoongi clutched at his enthusiasm. It's about time, Yoongi teased. We were starting to think you would stay a student forever. Taehyung pouted. Yeah, Young, be nice. Today's day, Jimin giggled. Of course, we are so happy for you. He hugged Taehyung tightly, making him and Hoseo grin. Now let's go. Your name is about to called. As the ceremony proceeded, Taehyung's heart pounded with anticipation when they finally announcer finally called his name, Kim Taehyung. He walked up the stage with huge smile, accepting the diploma from the audience. His friends cheered loudly, but the loudest one was, "That's my baby, my Kim Taehyung. I love you." Taehyung immediately recognized Jungkook's voice. He turned towards the crowd and saw Jungkook was there, clapping and shouting like an excited. Taehyung covered his face in embarrassment, but the smile, that idiot, he mumbled fondly. After the ceremony, Taehyung ran towards Jungkook, eyes sparkling. "You came?" he exclaimed. Jungkook smiled. "Of course, how would miss my husband's big day?" Taehyung blushed at the word husband, but before he could reply, Jungkook pulled out an envelope and handed it to him. "Here, your graduation gift." Taehyung blinked in surprise. "But wait, what is this? Open it and see." Curious, Taehyung opened the envelope out a document, his eyes widen as he read it. "Jungkook, this is..." Jungkook nodded, smiling. "Yes, it's..." The people work for your very own startup company have brought the space and up the investments and got a great team ready for you. You are always wanted to build something for your own, and now you can. Taehyung's hands trembled as he held the papers. His dream, his very own business, now a reality. Tears welled up in his eyes. Jungkook, this is too much. Jungkook let out a shaky breath before launching himself onto Jungkook's arms. Thank you so much, Jungkook. Him tightly. Congratulations, baby. Love, you deserve. From the side, Jimin, Hobi, and Yoongi watches with a smile. They are so sweet. Jimin whispered. Yoongi rolled his eyes but smiled. Jungkook really is pampered. Hobi laughed. But look at how happy Taehyung is. Indeed, Taehyung was happier than ever with his dream coming true and Jungkook by his side, and he knew with Jungkook's love and support the best way yet to come. Taehyung's startup company was winding up and were filled with meetings, planning sessions, and brainstorms. He was passionate about his work and Jungkook by his side. Everything felt exciting. Jungkook had taken the role of Taehyung's business consultant, managing deals and helping him handle financial matters. But what made their office different from any other? Well, their secret romance adding a thrill twist. It was another late night at office. Taehyung sat at his desk, focused on the laptop, eyes glued to the screen. Jungkook walked in with 2 cups of coffee, baby. I have so much to do, Jungkook. The investors meeting tomorrow. Jungkook placed the coffee on the table, leaned down, wrapping his arm around Taehyung's shoulder from behind. And you will do amazing, my genius CEO. Jungkook whispered, pressing a soft kiss to Taehyung's cheek. Taehyung's cheeks turned pink. Yeah, not in the office. Someone might see. Jungkook smiled, nuzzling into Taehyung's neck. We are alone, baby. Just you and me. Taehyung giggled, melting into Jungkook's warmth. Fine, 5 minutes, he said, turning his chair to face Jungkook. Jungkook took full advantage of the moment, down, capturing Taehyung's lips in a slow. Taehyung sighed into the case, his fingers clenching Jungkook's shirt. Jungkook deep in the case, his hand trailing to Taehyung's waist, pulling him closer. Just then, knock knock, they quickly pulled apart, both flustered. Come in, said Taehyung, timid and implying torture. The reports are ready. Taehyung nodded, trying to act professional while Jungkook stood beside him, barely hiding his amused smirk. As soon as the employee left, Taehyung smelled Jungkook's arm. See, I told you, Jungkook laughed, wrapping an arm around Taehyung again. You love it, admit it. Taehyung sighed, leaning onto Jungkook. Maybe just a little. Jungkook smiled. Good, because I'm not stopping anytime soon. To be continued. Everyone, one more episode left of this story that is going out tomorrow, and then I will start a new story that is going to be a single father, actually a single teenage father and his teenage lover. This is gonna be a unique and interesting story. I hope you will enjoy it too. Comment it down if you have any thoughts, anything that you want to share with me. See you again. Bye. Love you. Bye.